channel. I'm without Jay and we are locked in. Power Book 3 Raising Kanan Season 4, March 7th. It's on its way. And today we got to talk about Raquel Thomas putting the game over her family. We know what Rock stands on. Rock stands on business, but at what cost? And we're going to go through a couple of reasons why Rock feels that the family, they're just pawns on the table where she can still come out clean on the other side, even if that means sacrificing her own son to the streets. But before we jump into this and we break down the game over the family, if you like power content, breakdowns, theories, and predictions, live after shows, then hit your subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button because you're at the right spot. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Is Rock going to put the game over the family in season 4 of Raising Kanan? What we know about Raquel right now is she has a complex relationship with all of her family members. In Raising Kanan, we know that she is fiercely overprotective of her son Kanan, but she has a very close bond. At the same time, she will manipulate him and she will try to maintain control over him to keep him up under her wings because she knows that he's trying to branch out and do his own thing. But the mother doesn't want the baby bird to leave the nest, and she wants to show him, like her two brothers, that she has control. Also, her relationship with her brothers, Marvin and Lulu, is very strained. She's the middle child, but she took that leadership role over. Now, Marvin, he's the muscle. He falls in right behind her, and he's pretty much whatever she says goes. Lulu, just like Kanan, even though this is her little brother, she tries to treat him like a son. And she looks at him as a little bit of a liability in the things that he wants to do because he wants to do music, but he's not trying to make any money, and he's dependent on her to make things happen. So with them being liabilities, she doesn't really let them in on all the information that she's privy of. And then with Raquel and Marvin, we know that this bond is very twisted, and it's twisted by power because at one point Marvin was in charge. Now, this relationship is also having a little bit of resentment, and that's because Raquel sees Marvin as a liability. We know from season 1 till now, Marvin never misses an opportunity to miss an opportunity, and with his mistakes piling up, Raquel is forced to constantly clean up everything he's done, whether that's with the organization, the work, the money, looking out for Lulu, trying to train Kanan, how he's raising Jukebox. Now, that will breed distrust in Rock. She needs trust from everybody. In the trailer for season 4, we hear her even telling her own son, I can't trust my own son, but I need to trust my business partner. And with Marvin being loyal and doing whatever Rock says, it kind of hinders him with his thought process. Now, when it comes to Marvin also, he craves that power. He still wants to be that guy, but Raquel, that's all of hers. So Marvin feels a little overlooked, and we didn't see him too much in this trailer. So with him being overlooked, you can see how he feels undervalued. Also, with Jukebox stepping away from him and having a closer relationship with Rock, this is a leverage point with Raquel. She's already threatened Marvin, and we see that this is a reoccurring thing where, hey, you mess over Jukebox, I'm going to get rid of you. Now, remember, this season, Marvin, they don't have any work. So it's pretty much sit back and watch whatever Raquel has coming up. And this could be very tough for Marvin to be able to deal with. Now, when it comes to Lulu and Rock, this brother and sister bond is by blood. We know that. But it's also torn apart by ambition. That one little word right there is what got Lulu yearning for his own independence and trying to go his own route. He wants to step out of the shadows of Raquel. And as I mentioned in the intro, he is just like Kanan. He's more of a son than a brother to Raquel. And with him trying to step out of her shadow and be his own man, his dreams of following music is a whole different world than what Rock has in store for the family with the drug game. And I understand that because Rock is the one making the money, and she's pretty much funding everything Lulu has because he has the vision. He just doesn't have the drive. Now, when it comes to Rock and her ambition and drive, she wants to control Lulu's life. She wants to make sure she knows where all the pieces are. We know dating all the way back with the Crown situation and taking over Bulletproof Record. She struggles to let go of it. Now, this is going to be very, very bad because we know that we're getting introduced to a new rapper, B Rilla, which could be the meal ticket for Lulu. But what does Rock have going on? She got inserted back into the game with Stefano. And does she have any muscle? No, she doesn't. She's going to be leaning heavy on her family members. We haven't even got to Kanan and what Kanan is trying to do this season. But Rock, she has no choice but to put the game over everybody. Why? Because the priorities are going to clash. Raquel's world is about the business, about expanding her reach to make sure that everyone in the family is eaten, but under one condition, her rule. Now with Lulu, this music, he wants to step all the way. He's into the business. He got a club, open mic. He's taking all of his resources around him and trying to push forward with the music. The only thing is, Rock, she's looking at him and she's pulling back. She ain't letting go because she's going to need some help also. Lastly, Raquel and Kanan. She's fiercely overprotective of Kanan. The only problem is she's suffocating him with control. What we seen last season was the moment that Kanan realized the only way he's going to be able to blossom is if he steps from up under his mom. But this episode is called The Game Over the Family. So no matter how far Kanan tries to get away, Rock is pulling him back, just like we talked about with Lulu and Marvin. She's going to be working with Stefano. Kanan, he got rid of Ronnie. He set that plan up, but that plan helped out his mom, but he was also showing her that he's capable of being out here. Now, we're primarily focusing on Rock and what she's going to do as far as putting the game over Kanan. With her telling Kanan she can't trust him as a son, but she needs to as a business partner, that means the pipeline is going to be Stefano, Raquel, Rock sells to Kanan, but she's going to have all kinds of stipulations. Now, this isn't good for Kanan because we know he's trying to go out to be who we knew in the OG power. Now, Kanan, like any other young man, he craves that independence, that ability to forge his own relationships and make his own path. Rock, what did we see? She already had issues with Snaps and Pop, bringing her son up under them without coming to talk to her. Now, there's going to be some conflict, and we hear them having that conversation in the trailer, talking about the mob and how working with the mob, they get dirty, they catch bodies. And Kanan's also telling her that's what you did. Now, Rock, even though we have our reasoning behind saying what we do about her, we can't knock Rock in the plans that she puts in place. Now, we know she's not going to let Kanan just go too far without a lease on his own, especially once they find out that Unique is alive. But the game is the most important because survival is a must for Rock, even if that means sacrificing her own family members, which we low-key seen before. The trying to get Kanan suspended, but wanting Kanan to get an education, not really teaching them the game, but putting them up under Marvin and Scrap, and then removing all of those that are close to Kanan. Remember, Scrap is gone. Marvin no longer training Kanan. Unique was there for a little bit. Howard is gone. Rock wants to be that number one sole provider for Kanan. But this season, it might not work like that. Rock is definitely looking out for Rock. Of course, she's not intentionally going to put her family in harm's way, but just her bringing them in to do the work that she needs done is going to put a target on everyone's back. There's already people in the streets that have issues with the Thomas family from everything that they've done. With her working with the mob, we're bringing in Phil Russo. There's going to be other mob members coming in because of what happened with Sal Bozzolini, which was unauthorized. Kanan working with Snaps and Pop. Unique on the lookout for her because of potential what happened with Ronnie, even though we know he's seen what happened. So it's looking like there's going to be a lot of eyes on everyone, and she could potentially mess up everyone's lives by trying to bring them back in the game just so she can be nestled right up under Stefano. Stefano has already told all of us, you are in the game until I say elsewise. So Rock, she's definitely going to have to sacrifice the family members in order for her to survive. And that's why Rock is putting the game over the family. All right, there you go. What do you think about Rock and putting the game over the family? We know that she has to work for Stefano. We know that she has to pay off the cops. She already told Marvin last season, hey, whatever little money we got left, I got to pay the cops. I got to do this. I got to do that. So what are your thoughts about Rock? And is it okay for her to put the game over the family and potentially sacrifice everyone so she can live a comfortable life? She already messed up that house. Yeah. People know where she lives, so it could get ugly out here. But let me know what you think. I'm Modai J. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. March 7th, Raising Kanan Season 4. I'm Modai J. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.